you're all my friends. You know, I don't mind telling you that I've spent more than one sleepless night trying to figure out what I could do that would be worth $40. But then I figured out I'd be telling roughly 400 jokes. So that's what, 10 cents a joke? Oh, some jokes are longer, so they're about a quarter. Some are shorter, they're about a nickel. So it all just evens out, doesn't it? You know, I've been away for a very long time, ladies and gentlemen, approximately 3 years. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, Roseanne, what happened? You used to play in 15,000-seat auditoriums, and now you're reduced to playing little fucking banquet halls in Atlantic City. Where the show has to be over by midnight so they can set up for the Sunday fish fry. Well, I'll tell you what happened, ladies and gentlemen. You happened. Yes, yes, yes. I need to feel closer to my people. I need that excitement that comes from the live stage. And, oh, I know most of you got in free because of the radio giveaway, but I'll make a little deal with you. You give me just a little bit of you, and I'll give you all of me. Oh, please stop that music. You see, because there's just something I must say off the top of my head and from the bottom of my heart to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This place is very special to me. Here I am constantly reminded of the awesome balance of nature and how precious it all is. But seriously, folks, I have been in show business a long time, and you people are without a doubt the finest audience I have ever had the privilege of performing in front of. And this place, Casino Name Here, casino in the world, and Tom Arnold is hung like a horse. It is so good to be back. You know, I could never imagine wanting to sing in public again, but then again, I could never imagine the possibility of nuclear winter. Someone left the cake out in the rain. Think that I could take it, cause it took too long to make it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no! Thank you. You know, I get so tired up here. Little cake. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I was recently released from the Betty Ford Clinic. Oh, I didn't even want to be on drugs, but my publicist said it would help my comeback. I'll tell you what happened. Actually, at a younger age, I was injured in a horseback riding accident during the making of one of my first movies, National Velvet. And over the years, my back condition just worsened and worsened until finally I became addicted to prescription drugs. My doctor prescribed crack. But you remember before I went away, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? I made one movie, which was a critical and box office flop. Yes, it was based on my life growing up as a Jewish girl in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was called Rodeo Queen. You remember, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you, it was really interesting to learn how to ride on those bucking Broncos. Of course, when I rode them, they didn't exactly buck, they kind of like buckled. And there was a clown waving a piece of pizza trying to get me to come off the animal, but I felt so good because a lot of guys stay on 10, 12 seconds. I stayed on till the fucking vet came. So I was very pleased with that. Well, I haven't really been gone, really, ladies and gentlemen, over the last few years when you haven't seen me too much. I've been performing in little gay theaters, gay cabaret. Actually, I was kept alive due to the very good graces of the gay community, and I would like to thank you all tonight. I thank God for creating these gay men, because if it was not for them, us fat women would have no one to dance with. And of course we know that half the gay community are lesbians. Oh, but you knew that, didn't you, ladies and gentlemen? And because of my awakening political consciousness, there's something I must say on behalf of the lesbian. I do not believe that lesbians are treated fairly in our society today, ladies and gentlemen. Unfairly is how they're treated. People all the time say lesbians hate men, lesbians hate men, lesbians hate men. Well, how could that be? They don't have to fuck them. Whatever do they know about hate, right, ladies? But you know, right now I would like to perform for you some of my older jokes, you know, my classic jokes, you know, the jokes that made me the huge star that I am today and once was. Jokes such as these. I never go anywhere, I'm a housewife. Of course, I hate that word. I prefer to be called domestic goddess. And you know what I do all day? Yes, you're right. I lay there on the couch eating those bonbons, watching those soap operas, and tuning into that Donahue show. Because there's a show you can really learn something from. I didn't even know it was possible to be a woman trapped in a man's body. The other day on Donahue, they had on these men that like to dress up like women, and when they do, they can no longer parallel park. Well, I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm Jewish, so that's why I'm like this. I prefer to call those people the Nazi Amish. But that is Utah. That is where I was born and reared, more than once. But you know, kids, they're cute, but they're so rude. I'm taking a shower, my daughter comes in there. Gosh, Mom, I hope when I grow up, my breasts will grow nice and long like yours. Well, I'm fat. I thought I'd point that out. Fat people don't think like thin people. We have our own way of thinking. Different. Did you ever go up to a fat person on the street and ask them where something is? And they tell you like this. This is when the difference really shows. Wow. Go down here to Arby's. Go right past Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's that chocolate brown building over there. And husband jokes. Yes. Husband jokes, ladies and gentlemen, such as, my husband says he needs more space, so I locked him outside. And man jokes. Yes, the men think they do everything better than the women, don't they? But you're wrong. All you men, you are wrong. I have it all figured out. Actually, you only do 3 things better than we do. 1, peeing out a campfire. 2, writing your names in the snow using no utensils. And 3, reading those maps. Oh, the men, they're better at reading the maps. Way better. Yeah. Because only the male mind could conceive of 1 inch equaling 100 miles. Thank you so much. You know, there's one group of people that I also believe, because my awakening political consciousness, are not treated fairly in the United States of America by the United States government. The Vietnam vets. Are you a vet? Any vets here? Any Vietnam vets here? You, mister? Where'd you serve? Korea? Yes, not all war injuries are physical, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to say thank you anyway. I'm glad you are back. I'm glad you didn't get hurt over there in Korea too badly, and I'm glad you're here paying $40 to see my show. The Vietnam vets are not treated fairly. I have a lot of empathy for them because they had to go to a horrible place and perform a grotesque job under hideous conditions for people who didn't even appreciate it. And I know just what that's like because I used to be a waitress at Denny's. But it's tough for the men. It's tough for the men. A lot of men these days have a lot of sexual problems. I know, I've seen it on Donahue. It's true. A lot of men are impotent, ladies and gentlemen, and it's very, very sad. How many men here are impotent? I see. Can't get your arms up either. Well, you know. Well, you know. Now for the good news. They have an operation to help all of you men out. I saw it on Donahue. The penile implant operation can help you not be impotent anymore. Okay, they go underneath the skin of the male member and they surgically implant a very small system of hydraulics under there so the man can function normally in a sexual manner. Anyways, I know it's true because my lawyer, Mickey over here, Mickey, raise your hand. He can do that now. Mickey? Mickey, he had that operation. He did. And him and his wife, Judy, oh, they were getting along so good. But then their neighbor went and put in a Stanley automatic garage door opener. So it has its ups and downs. But, you know, ladies and gentlemen, right now, allow me to introduce to you my musical conductor, Mr. Mort Lindsay, been with me 10 years. Tonight, Mort. You know, I haven't seen you in a while. I don't think I've seen you since, before the holidays. Not even since before Christmas. I haven't even talked to you at all. Did you do anything special for Christmas? Did you go any place special? You know, Fire Island, the East Village, San Francisco? Go any place special like that, huh? Did you, huh, Mort?
Oh, what do you care, you fat, tone-deaf bitch?
So you went to the islands. But before we do the tropical medley, back to the idea of Christmas, one of my very favorite Gentile holidays. We celebrated in my home, even though we weren't Jews. Can I have the lights down while I tell this story? Thank you. Once there was a little girl. She came from a very poor family. And every day on her way to school, she used to pass by Macy's window and she'd see this real pretty little red dress in the window there. It was only like $3.95. Had these real pretty sparkly things on the shoulder. And boy, she really, really wanted that dress, you know. She just was wanting this red dress so bad because she just knew that if she had that red dress, she'd feel better about the world. The world would be a better place. She'd have more self-esteem. Everything would be okay if she could just have that little red dress. But she knew jobs were hard to come by. But she asked her father anyway. She said, Daddy, you think you could buy me that little red dress over there, Macy's window, for, $3-4 over there? He said, I'm sorry, honey, but you'll have to settle for your usual Christmas present of an orange or a potato on a stick or a big bowl of hamburger helper. But still she hoped and she prayed and, she had faith. And then it came Christmas morning and she had that belief, and she ran downstairs and she opened her present and, she didn't get that little dress. And I know this is a true story, ladies and gentlemen, because you see, that little girl was me. Okay, I got the dress, but I was too fat and it didn't fit. But Merry Christmas anyway. Thank you. I feel your love. I feel your love and I bask in it. Trust me. You know, right now is the part of my show where, like all divas before me, yes, I too have a political message to share with you tonight because of my awakening political consciousness, as I mentioned before several times. This one, though, is the one that means the most. And I really don't give a damn if you agree with me or not. Because I believe something, and I'm going to say it. I don't care what you think. I just don't care. Something I believe, and I'm going to stick up for it. I no longer believe it is right or proper for us to wear fur. Because it's summer, for Christ's sake. I know I have mine in storage. But what are we to do about our world, our planet, the rainforest, our way of life, our galaxy, our universe, huh? What are we to do, ladies and gentlemen? Will it survive? Only time will tell. How about this, ladies and gentlemen? How about 1 minute of your life during the next week to think about the concept of world peace? And while you do that, honey, could you help me get up here on the piano? Why, that's none other than Tom Arnold, my second husband, my new husband, my favorite husband to date. What a wonderful man he is, yes. Yes, he is a wonderful man. And you know what's really, really so nice is that, well, he's 8 years younger than myself. Yeah, and I think you ladies know what I'm getting at here. The younger man, all right. Oh, they still come too quick and go to sleep right after. But the thing is, they can do it every goddamn night. But right now, I'd like to bring this mood down a little, if that's possible. You know, ladies and gentlemen, during the early part of the 1970s, I had the very good fortune of living on an Indian reservation. There I met a man who completely changed my life. That man's name was Billy Jack. Now the valley cried with anger, mount your horses, draw your swords, and they killed the mountain people, so they won their just reward. Then they went up to the mountain, on the mountain dark and red, turned the stone and there beneath it, peace on earth was all it said. God, your neighbor, God, chain of bread. You can justify it in the end. Swampy trumpets blowing, come the judgment day on the bloody morning after. One tin soldier rides off. Oh, you are so right, Paul. Paul Schaefer, my musical conductor, been with me 25 years. You are so right, Paul. What the world does need now is love, sweet sweet love. I still believe all that stuff from the 1960s. I really still believe it. Yes, I do. I do. Love and peace. Yes, I swear to God, it could save us still. For if we were all holding hands, no one could push the button. And if we all had a great big dick in our mouths, no one could speak ill of another. Let's start by holding hands. Thank you for coming to my show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I will be right back as soon as I change my clothes and pee.
Back here. All right, there's a wardrobe, please. Sorry.
Oh, here,
Lots
hold
of
my
things.
earrings.
Thank you.
Help me, I've got to get out of these clothes. Help me.
Let me box on those babies for a second.
Papa, don't preach. We're in trouble. Papa, don't preach. I've been losing sleep, but I made up my mind. I'll be my baby. You know, you people are such a great crowd. You just make me want to squeeze my party hats. Any lawyers here tonight? Besides my wonderful lawyer, Mickey Robbins, right here, who's suing everyone I've ever known. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, lawyers. Hey, I don't think it's right that lawyers go advertising on TV. Do you agree with me? Don't you think that's unethical? Because here we're supposed to have this is like the greatest judicial system that's ever been on the earth, and now here they are on TV like selling bits and pieces of it. I don't think that's right. Especially those personal injury, like I give a shit. But you know, like, it's just called a setup, folks. But anyway, now, you know, like those personal injury lawyers, you know, with the questionable client testimonials, those people that come on TV. I was injured on the job and received $10,000. I was injured at the mall and my lawyer got me $50,000. But how do you know if that's a good lawyer? You have no idea, because first of all, they're only showing these people from like the neck up. What does that tell you? There may not be nothing there from the neck down, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe this guy got his nuts caught in a faulty escalator at Sears. He could be a rich man by now, you know? Of course, Sears, they just have those high-tone lawyers that prove his nuts were dangling negligently. Anyway. So what does that tell you? And as a woman, I have to say this. I have to say this tonight because it really, really pisses me off. Sex discrimination pisses me off. I've had enough of it. I can't stand it no more, and you can't get away from it either because it's everywhere. Do any of you women, I mean, come on. Support me up here, for Christ's sake. You can't get away from it. Sex discrimination, why, it's everywhere. It's even in mass murder. You know, I do a lot of reading on serial killers, mostly how-to books and this type of thing, but the other day on Geraldo, my very favorite TV show of all time since the beginning of TV itself, Geraldo. They had this whole show and it was on female serial killers. Did y'all see that? It was so awesome. You know, when I first heard it, I was like really, really excited. Female serial killers. All right, talk about women of the 90s. Talk about taking control of your life. I thought it was awesome. But then right after that, it goes in the hooter, you know, because, I mean, okay, this one serial killer gal, Mrs. Puente out there in California, had this boarding house, you know. She killed these 7 guys and she hacked their bodies to bits and she buried them out in her garden and she stole their social security checks and all this type of shit, you know. And of course, I'd like to go out on a limb here and say I am not for that. But can sort of understand it, though. I mean, she's on a limited income and everything. But, the thing that really gets me about that is men serial killers, well, they can go out there, they can kill 80, 90, 100 women. Nobody does shit about it. But this one poor old welfare lady, she bends the law 7 times. And the cops come down on her before she can even get a fucking nickname, you know? That ain't right.
I got great news for you.
This is so cool. I have finally figured out men. I'm 37 years old. It's taken me the majority of my life, but yes, I have finally done it, and I can't wait to tell you about it because it's awesome. It's just awesome. Imagine, if you will, nothing at all is men's fault. No. It's all our fault. All us women's fault, see? Because for years we have just been driving ourselves insane by trying to read way too much into what is actually happening in the male mind. You know, you're looking at your old man, you're going, well, goddamn, he can't be this simple. No, he's not just sitting here in his underwear staring at the TV drinking a beer. No, there's something deeper happening here. Something much, much deeper. Oh, yes, let me think. Oh, I know, this is just the way he relaxes himself. Yeah, so that he can go on and solve the world's problems. I mean, he's planning both of our futures together. He's asking me for another beer, but what he's really saying is that he thirsts for more out of life for both of us. He keeps on changing that channel. Yeah, well, that's just a sign of his restless, untamed sexuality. Yes, this man sitting here drinking a beer in his underwear staring at the TV. This man is a complex animal. How am I complete without this great intellect? Then the years go by. Then one day just hits you up in the face like a ton of dirty socks. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, you say. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. He is just sitting there in his underpants drinking a beer and staring at the TV. That big fucking oaf. Great intellect. He's watching a monster tractor pull over here, for Christ's sake. Oh my God. The problem with us women, I think, is we just got too much shit in our head. Do you know what I mean? There's just too much shit in our heads. Shit that isn't even true, but we still believe it. How come we do that? Even when it's not true, we have no proof that it's true. We still believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, how come I'm always thinking like this? Okay, you know, I'm just no good at math. God, I can't balance a checkbook. I'm no good with numbers. Not at all. But then I notice, hey, when I go shopping, I turn into a math wizard. Okay, let's see, that dress is $42 and it's a third off. A third off 42, that's $14. 14 for 42, that's $28. And a 6.5% sales tax. God, I wish I would have bought this dress in Minnesota. They don't have no sales tax on clothes over there. Anyway, 6.5% of 28, that's $1.72. So the total price of this dress is $29.72. All right. So let me get out my checkbook now. Okay, there's $4 in there. $4 take away $29.72. Fuck it, I'll just write it anyway. Because, I mean, you may think you're bad at numbers, man, but when it comes to knowing how fast it's going to take a check to clear, now you're an international banker. Okay, let's see. It's going to take 3 days for this check to clear, so that's a float of 2 days. And these pants were made in Japan, where the yen is doing poorly against the dollar. So by the time I actually have to pay for these pants, well, with that 30% discount and everything, well, they're not going to cost me over what? $12, $13, $14 tops. All right. What else can I buy? The older I get, too, I have to say this. The older you get, the more compassion you get for the opposite sex. You know what I mean? Oh, maybe they drove you crazy before, but now I find myself mellowing. They don't bother me so bad. Even the moron guys. Even the worst of the moron guys, the guys that don't know they're morons. You know what I mean? They don't bother me so much. You know those guys, tobacco juice in the beard, the great big beer gut. They always have that t-shirt. Mustache rides free. You know what I'm talking about? You know, as if some woman's gonna look over there. You disgusting ogre. Wait a minute. Mustache rides, and they're free? Well, I had you pegged all wrong. I thought you were a pig, but now I see you're just a generous sexual adventurer. Mount me, mustache man. But I don't know, it's hard being a woman. I don't know, it's hard being a woman. Women are not saints, you know. This is news to me, too. I just figured it out. We're big jerks, too. What do you think of that? Yeah. Don't you think women are great big old jerks? Yeah, I'll tell you the women that really piss me off the worst are these emotionally healthy friends that we all have. Do you know what I mean? That read all the books. Women who love too much, women who weigh too much, women who hate women, women who love women, and whatever. Those women that are like the relationship experts. You know those women, the ones that are never with any man. You know those women. Those really, really bitter women that you have to kind of watch out for because they're just waiting to jump on your shit. You say the wrong thing, they're down your throat. You know what I'm talking about? You're like, you know, you girls, it was really nice seeing you, but I got to get going because this is the second night in a row that, you know, Tom let me stay out late. Oh, Oh, he let you stay out late, huh? Right. He let you stay out late. God, Roseanne, do you really believe that in your head? I mean, this is the 1990s. Do you really believe in your head that he let you stay out late? No, I don't mean that. I mean, he supported me to stay out late. Yeah, that's what I mean. He supported me to stay out late. And lesbians piss me off, too. I mean, generally they're nice people, they piss me off. You know, they're never going to give you any approval if you're just with a guy. I mean, they give it begrudgingly. Well, if you love him and you think he loves you. I had a dog once, I guess I could understand it. Then they introduce you to their lover who's standing there wearing a Mustache Rides t-shirt, you know. I'd like you to meet my lover. It's Evelyn Will daughter. It used to be Will son, but she changed it to Will daughter. She's a lumberjill. And how come everybody knows who lesbians are except for like their own mothers who are living in some peculiar sort of denial, you know, real peculiar. Have you seen Evelyn? Oh, she's still driving that school bus, wears the flannel shirts, the hiking boots. She's such an outdoorsy gal. She has that buzz cut, never wears no makeup. She's just a natural beauty. You know, she was recently elected president of the K.D. Lang fan club. I don't know why she's still single. Some of us know it's true, but anyway. And then women are mean to other women. Like I didn't like that one, Mrs. Bush, when the Wellesley women didn't want old Mrs. Bush coming to talk to them. You know, that really pissed me off. Like, you know, because they says that she's only there because of her husband, all this type of shit. That really pisses me off. And young women piss me off anymore, you know, because they really think that they're going to get out there in the world, get a fair shake, get a lot of money, get a lot of success. Wake up and smell the fucking toast. Really pisses me off, you know. I mean, they're going to be 60 years old with gray hair and their eyes are going to be bugging out too, and they're going to be praying their husband was the president of anything. Fucking Taco Bell, man. That just pissed me off. But maybe us women, maybe we just want too much, you know. Maybe it's not possible for us to have all the things that we thought we wanted, you know what I mean? Because what do you want? Love, peace, art, beauty, culture, money, children, family, you know, fuck. Look at the men, they only want one thing. You heard that all your life, men only want one thing. I think it's true, too. I think that's why they're pissed off at us women, because that one thing ain't even in our top 10, and we still like it better than they do. So. Yeah, but can you imagine the meeting that all the men got together and had in order to decide what that one thing they want out of life was going to be? All right, listen, fellas, I call this meeting to order. Can I have your attention? Shut up! Can I have your attention over here and over here? All right. All right, I got 2 votes over here for power tools. The chair recognizes Hiram. Well, what if the one thing we wanted out of life was to nurture the life force in every living thing? Yeah, the chair says Hiram is a fag and doesn't deserve to have a penis. The chair recognizes Tony. All right. Now, this may sound a little old-fashioned, guys, but what if, the one thing we want out of life is pussy? Well, the chair likes pussy. All those in favor say aye. So what do you say, guys? We all get out of here, we go try to find some pussy, and if we can't find any, we'll just all come back here and beat the shit out of Hiram. You know that meeting. But it's harder being a woman, I don't care. That's what I think, because I am one. It's harder for us than it is for you men anyways. Because maybe it'd be easier for us if we were only one woman, but no, we have to have that 28-day cycle, and during that 28 days, at least that many personalities come and inhabit your body, and you're helpless. You can't do shit about it neither. It always starts out with this woman. Well, I want everybody dead. Then right after her, Mrs. I just need to clean up around here a little bit. You're in there dusting, mopping, vacuuming, folding, nesting. You're having a relationship with your laundry. Because for some reason that you don't really know about, it is very, very imperative that you get those towels to hang just right, perfect, and symmetrical on that towel rack. It is very, very important. Okay, I'm gonna take this bath towel, I'm gonna fold it in twice, I'll fold it over this way, long ways, and stick it. No, it's too thick when I do that. I'll do it once and hang it down like that. Then I'm gonna take the face towel, fold it in 2 times, because I wanted to go about 2/3 of the way to the bottom of the bath towel. Then I'm gonna take 2 wash racks. Okay, one I'm gonna put like in a triangle shape on top of them 2 towels. And then the other one I'll fold in 3 times like in a rectangle shape and have it over the side here. Then I'll sort of mush them all together. Yes! Yes! Oh, that looks so good. That's it. That's right. It's perfect. I did a hell of a job there. You can stay the fuck away from these clean towels! Then right after that, you get that woman that needs to take control of our life. God, I gotta write more letters. I gotta spend more time with the kids. I gotta spend more time with myself. But first, I gotta go get in shape. Oh yeah, I'm gonna join a gym and I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. I'm gonna start working out and I'm gonna stop eating red meat. Right after that, Mrs. Oh God, I am just exhausted. Yeah, I can't even move. I'm so tired. I really should get up and make the kids dinner at 7 o'clock. Fuck them, they can just have yogurt. Then right after that, you get that woman who is in awe of the human race. You know that woman? The woman who sits there in front of the TV and her eyes well up with tears because when someone wins on Jeopardy, well, that's just too awesome. What a piece of work is man. How noble in reason. How infinite in faculties. And form and moving, how express and admirable. Just to store all that information and win on Jeopardy. And Jeopardy is like no easy goddamn game show. What a beautiful suit, Alex. Then right after that, you get like one of your favorite women. Your favorite one, the harlot woman. The great big old slut. She's favorite, huh? She's like, I just want to be and get fucked. I wanted one time in the morning just to open my eyes Then I want it one time at night just to close on. Then I want it one more time during the day just because I know he don't want to. And then I want chocolate. Then after that, you get the victim woman. Oh, God, how can they do this to me? How can they do this to me? I really do not deserve to be treated like this. It's unfair, totally unfair. I don't deserve. I deserve better than this. I've let him go too far this time. They've left me here all alone with no Diet Pepsi. And the victim, the brain's got to be really, really busy, taking all the facts and mushing them all around, switching them all around so that it seems like no matter what happened, you're getting screwed over because those are the rules, sister. You are getting screwed over no matter what. You get this really good idea. I think he'd really like it if I made dinner for him tonight. I think he'd really, really like that. He'd come home, be all set up, his favorite dinner. Oh, he'd love that. Then we wouldn't have to go out nowhere. We wouldn't have to dress up. We wouldn't have to spend no money. I think he'd really, really love that. And I know it'd please him, and I want to please him because I love him. Of course, I hope he doesn't start thinking that, he never has to take me anywhere, spend any kind of money on me whatsoever. Now he comes home 2 minutes later. He has no fucking idea whatsoever what went on in there all day. But it's too late. It's just too late because it's already up there in your head. It's too late. He walks through the door. Hi, honey, I'm home. Oh, hi, you cheap bastard! You treat me like shit and I'm sick of it! And then it's back. I want everybody dead! And then, of course, we're ready for day 2. And you guys are a very good crowd. I had very fun with you. And I wasn't going to do this, because I hardly ever do this. I seldom do this, but you're just such a good audience, that I'm going to do it for you. I seldom do it unless it's the end of my act. But now I'm doing it especially for you tonight. Now, okay, I do it every goddamn minute. All right. Okay, I'm going to say something about Arsenio Hall. I have nothing but respect for the man I want to say first. Nothing but respect. I wish him the best. I don't have nothing personal against him or nothing like that. He's very talented. But, well, it just seems like every time I turn on that shitty fucking suck-ass show of his, there he is again telling another Roseanne Barr fat joke, and it just pisses me off. Funny is the thing. They're not even funny is the deal. How hard is that anyway to write a fat joke about me? What does he do? Call all his writers and say, listen, guys, I want you to go out there on a limb. I want you to strike new territory. Stay fresh, stay hip, stay young, stay 90s, and come back to me, guys, get this, with a fat joke about Roseanne Barr. A fat joke about Roseanne Barr? Well, they'll never buy it in middle America. A fat joke about Roseanne Barr? I don't know, Arsenio. No, trust me. Trust me. It will work very well if it's really offensive and I do it every goddamn night. Well, I guess you would know, Arsenio. After all, you are a genius. Woof, woof, woof. But he does have some good stuff about him, I have to say. Like, okay, one thing is, well, it's not that often that we get to see a black nerd on TV. Most nerds are white people like you. Anyway. Okay, I'll tell you the rest. Okay, I'll tell you the whole rest. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, one time one time I just got so sick of it, Okay, so I got in my car and I went over there to his studio, Paramount Studios, where he does that show of his, and then I got in my car, I went right up to him and I go, excuse me, Arse. I says, I go, listen, I'm 37 years old, okay? Got 4 kids. I'm Jewish and I was raised in Salt Lake City, Utah. I was raised a Mormon and my dad sold crucifixes door to door to Mexicans. When I was 7, I fell down, bit off my whole lip, had to have that sewed back on. When I was 16, got hit by a car, got my head impaled on the hood ornament, my legs shot 30 feet. Got pregnant the first time I ever had sex. My parents made me give the kid up for adoption. I found her 18 years later after her face was splashed across the front page of the National Enquirer. Spent 8 months in a state institution, a mental institution, hitchhiked cross country 3 times all by myself with hepatitis. Lived in a car, a cabin, and a cave. Married a guy just because he had a fucking bathtub. Had 3 more kids. He treated me like shit every day for 16 years, and when I finally got the guts to dump that son of a bitch, I have to pay him half the money I make for the rest of my goddamn life, Arsenio. Fuck with me! Fuck with me, you triangle-headed Eddie Murphy kiss-ass motherfucker!
Good night.
Yeah.